Welcome class 8. Today in this video, I am going to explain you chapter 7 of your civics, that is understanding marginalization. Marginal means very less, बहुत थोड़ा. Now, we are going to study about certain communities which are marginalized, which are very less in numbers, and their role in this society is not significant. Before going further, here is a story or a dialogue between two children with their grandfather. They belong to Adivasi family, and their grandfather telling them about his life. So Adivasis and marginalization. An Adivasi family in Delhi, Soma and Helen, are watching the Republic Day parade on TV with their grandfather. Then one child said, "Oh, see, an Adivasi float." "Dadu, why do they always show Adivasis as only dancing?" So children were curious and they asked their grandfather that why always it's the case that we see Adivasis dancing with different costumes and headgear. He further said, "Yes, don't they know anything else about us?" So he's asking his grandfather that all the people know just about dancing and our dresses, costume, nothing else. His grandfather replied, "The lives of Adivasis are very rich. Most people don't know that." So his grandfather was telling his story, his past. "When I was young, our village in Odisha was beautiful. We got everything we needed from the land and the forest around us. We in turn respect the land, the forest and the river." What he was telling, that he had everything. He had very open place to live, and they respected nature. They were not having any scarcity of anything. Scarcity means किसी चीज की कमी नहीं थी. They were having enough space to reside, and they had enough resources. Suddenly what happened? Suddenly we were told that forest was not ours. Forest officials and contractors cut down large parts of it. If we protested, they beat us and then took us to court, where we did not have our lawyers and could not fight our cases. What happened? In the earlier times, they ruled the forest. No doubt, Adivasis were the people who reside in forest, but suddenly some people came for the agricultural and industrial development. Forest officials came, government officials came, and they took land from Adivasis. They said that land is not yours. His granddaughter then asked, "Then how did you survive, Dadu?" "Many of us were forced to leave our homes and find seasonal work in nearby towns." Dadu said that many of us, हम बहुत सबको वहाँ से जाना पड़ा, and we found seasonal work. Seasonal work means sometimes we got work, कुछ season हुआ तो काम मिल गया, नहीं तो नहीं मिला. Then the company walas came. After the government officials, company people came. They said there were iron ore under our land. They wanted to mine it. So mining industry, जैसे जैसे बच्चे researches हुई, then they got to know that there were iron under their forest, the forest land. So they promised jobs and money. They said, Adivasis, that we will give you jobs and we will give you money, but you give your land to them. But some people, some Adivasis got trapped in their promises. But others said this would destroy our lives and we would get nothing. Some gave thumbprints, not realizing they were selling their lands off. Only a few were given jobs, but most of us did not sell. Those who did not sell, they were beaten up and threatened us till eventually everyone was forced to sell. So they forced each and every one, and they displaced all of them from the forest. They had the support of the authorities. Our whole way of living vanished overnight. Dadu said that everything was gone. They took our everything. Then granddaughter asked, "Oh Dadu, and our land, what about that?" He said, "For our 30 acres, we got only a little money from one contractor. I never saw most of my friends again. The money hardly lasted in the city. We had no means of livelihood anymore. We were all crammed into a tiny rented room. How we missed our carefree lives, the open spaces." So he was telling that when they moved to the city, there were not enough space for all of them to reside. It was very difficult for them to manage in one room. They used to live very carefree lives. They had open places, they had full forest with them, and now they had to live in a small room. After a few years, your father got job in Delhi. He was telling their grandchildren that their father got job in Delhi and we all moved here. Those were difficult times. That is why both of you did not go to school for several years. I hope you all have understood that what circumstances Dadu has faced. And you just read about how Dadu was forced to leave his village. And his story is similar to the lives of millions of Adivasis in India. Many Adivasis were displaced from their original land, from where they belonged, and they were forced to leave that place, their livelihood, and they were forced to migrate to other places just because the government official wanted to have more and more development. For agricultural and industrial development, they wanted space, they wanted land, and for that they displaced the livelihood of many millions of Adivasis. Now the question is, who are Adivasis? Adivasis, the term literally means the people who live in forest, who had close association with forest. Around 8% of India's population is Adivasis, and many of India's most important mining and industrial centers are located in Adivasis area. Which is Jamshedpur, Rourkela, Bokaro and Bhilai are the major centers of Adivasis groups. The majority of the population of Adivasis used to live in these areas. One very important point is that Adivasis are not a homogeneous population. What is homogeneous? Homogeneous means same, similar. So, out of all the Adivasis, they are not similar. They have different communities within Adivasis. There are 500 different Adivasis group in India. They have different social customs, they have different religions even. They have different practices. They are particularly numerous in states like Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, West Bengal and in northeastern areas of Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland and Tripura. These are different areas where Adivasis groups are present in huge numbers. Adivasis practice a range of tribal religions. They have different religions, and one very important thing is the religions they do or practices they do are different from Islam, Hinduism and Christianity. They used to worship their ancestors. Like we worship different gods, they worship their ancestors. And in addition to that, they worship nature spirits like mountain spirits. They worship mountains, rivers and animals. They worship trees, plants, rivers and animals. All these natural spirits are worshipped outside their homes within the village boundary, while the ancestral ones are usually worshipped at home. Like they worship their ancestors at home. There are two different examples of different practices given which are very famous all across our country. One is Jagannath cult of Odisha and Shakti. This is very famous. This is the religious practices followed by the tribal people of those areas. Second is Tantric tradition of Bengal and Assam, which is again very popular among the tribal people of these areas. Adivasis have their own language. They have different languages which is not similar with ours. Very popular language, Santhali, has the largest number of speakers, and it has a significant body of publications, including magazines on the internet, or e-zines we call it.